agriculture safari, Kijabe Tea Farm. The Swahili word for tea is chai. Besides water, what do you think is the most popular beverage in the world?
Coffee? Coca-Cola?
It's tea.
Tea?
Each day, people drink about 6 billion cups of tea. That's enough to fill 567 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
You would think that China would be the top exporter of tea. After all, they've been growing tea for about 5,000 years.
Kenya is a relative newcomer. They only started growing tea here in 1903, but Kenya is now the top exporter of tea in the whole world. It produces about 27% of the world's black tea. It's safe to say that tea is a big deal here. The town of Limuru is the area where tea was first grown in Kenya. At an elevation of 7,200 feet, it makes it a perfect place for growing tea. It was started in 1903 by A.B. McDonald. Fast forward 107 years, and now it's being run by his granddaughter, Fiona Vernon. Let's go see what she can show us about growing tea.
Have some tea.
Thanks.
Cutting like that. That would then go into a plastic sleeve. They do start it in a greenhouse, but it's not a great big greenhouse. We're 7,200 feet here, just over 2,000 meters, and we do get the rain here that it likes. Tea likes a good acidic soil as well as a good rainfall. But the factory will ask you not to put a chemical on the leaf at all. Unfortunately, we don't have to, because the caffeine in here is a natural insecticide and nothing eats it, so we don't have to spray it. And also, being a clone, it's not producing flowers, so it's not attracting the insects to it. They'll put a stick across here. It's usually longer than this. They call it a wand, and they'll just put it across the top of the bush like that, and it gives them a guide as to where to pick to. If they've got long stalky bits like that, they'll pick that. That goes in the basket. Then they'll break the stalk back to where the stick is, so you're leaving that bush flat. So it goes to the factory in those big plastic sacks. It takes us about 15 minutes to get up there. Once it's all been accepted, you just run your vehicle over a weighbridge, so they weigh you full as you go in and empty as you come out. Nice computer spits out the weight these days, so you're in and out quite fast. So that's where they're introducing the air to it, and where it really begins to oxidize and start to go a really good coppery, orangey colour. The blacker the tea, the better the quality tea. So once it's dry and black, it'll fall back onto a conveyor belt, and it brings it through sieves or screens with different sized holes. So they're just shaking it, so it just sifts it into the different parts of the leaf. And then, like wine and coffee, it's all got to be tasted, so they slurp it in and they rinse their mouths and they gargle and they make some extraordinary sounds, and then they spit. We really don't mind if you drink coffee, and there is coffee there. We will not throw you out.
Besides the tour, we also got to enjoy chai time and a delicious lunch served in the beautiful garden.
Yes.
Flowers and birds surrounded us as we ate our lunch in the shade of big umbrellas on the nice green lawn. Ah, so relaxing. There were even some monkeys hanging around. Everything was tasty, but the dessert was the best. This is vanilla and chocolate ice cream with lemon mousse and mango, watermelon, and pineapple fruit, all mixed together with cream poured on it. Wow, I think this is the freshest ice cream I've ever had. We even met the cows it came from.
So we call them ice cream makers. So we make the ice cream with the cream of the milk.
Seconds, anyone? Mission Safari, Kijabe Hospital. Kijabe, population 18,000, altitude 7,200 feet. Kijabe is Maasai for place of the wind. The Swahili word for doctor is daktari. Kijabe Hospital was started by missionaries over 100 years ago. At first, it was just a little clinic run by a few missionaries. But people prayed, and God made sure that donations for buildings came in at just the right times. It's grown to become a large 363-bed hospital.
Over the years, missionaries taught local Kenyans how to do the medical work themselves. They train nurses, technicians, and even doctors. Some even go on to work at other hospitals. Now Kijabe Hospital is run by a local Kenyan man, Ken Muma, who serves as its chief executive officer.
The mission of Kijabe Hospital is to glorify God through medical ministry. But what does this mean? Let's talk with some of the people who work there and find out.
Let's do it.
Here we go. I'm sorry. So he's doing really well because he's already off oxygen. And so he's having to learn how to feed, so we're feeding him through that tube in his nose right now.
Dr. Ariana Shirk is a pediatrician. That means she's a doctor for children. So tell us a little bit about what you do here at Kijabe.
Well, in America, I took care of children in the emergency department, so all kids in the emergency department. But here, I'm in charge of all kids from the second they're born until they're 16 years old.
Kijabe Hospital has a whole big section just for children. Sometimes they come from very far away to get help, so they live right here at the hospital until they're healed. Usually, a parent or other adult relative stays with them all the time. We met this boy from South Sudan who was bitten by a poisonous snake called a cobra. He survived, but the bite caused so many problems with his arm that he's been here a few months already. His older cousin stays with him. This boy has also been here a long time. He was burned in a fire and the doctors had to do a lot to fix his skin. Dr. Sarah Muma may have the hardest job of all. Not only is she the head of pediatrics, but she also treats kids who have cancer.
And how long did it take for the tumor to heal?
3 years.
Wow.
My interest and specialty is just cancer in the children, yeah. So I mostly take care of children who have cancer.
What's one of the most challenging things that you have to do here?
Maybe the most challenging part is explaining about the disease and the process to children, because they rarely would understand what's going on, and also to the parents. It's not something anybody can expect or prepare for. Yeah. So really that would be the hardest part.
Some of the patients here in the children's ward are super tiny. Dr. Ariana shared with us how she started thinking about being a doctor in Africa back when she was just 7 years old.
We were supposed to write to our parents 20 years in the future. It says, "Dear Mom, I got a new job today. Let me tell you about it. I decided to be a missionary. I have a special uniform I have to wear. This is what it looks like. It's white with a cross on it. I have special gloves. They also have crosses on them. I'm heading for Africa. I figure it's best. Well, have to go now. Bye." Love, Ariana. I think on the hard days, that's God's confirmation that this is where we're supposed to be.
Dr. Ariana's husband, David Shirk, also works for the hospital. He knows everybody, so he showed us around some more.
If you see back up there, you see the big white tower?
Yeah.
That's our water tower. And one of the most important things in Africa, and you guys have already seen on this trip, is clean water, right? And then we store it and it has chlorine inside to treat it. And so that means all the water inside the hospital is clean for patients to drink.
What is this blue line?
So this is the river of life, and it's designed to represent the hope and healing that people have in Jesus as the source of life, the living water.
Cool.
Jesse, you know what this thing is?
No.
So this is a portable x-ray. They can roll this over and this arm will move so they can put it over the patient and take a picture of them and see how they're healing. Is that really heavy? Yeah. Did you know what it's made out of? It has lead on the inside. So, and it keeps, you wear that, the lead vest, so it keeps from the radiation from the x-ray from hurting your other organs. What this is, it's a bag valve mask, and it's to help somebody breathe, right? So once you put your hand on here, and yeah, with that, you want to make a seal around the mouth, right? And then put your other hand on here, and you can squeeze that. And if you have a good seal, you'll see the chest rising up and down. All right, so let's see it a little bit? Now, let me, all right, so, yeah, so why don't I hold this one for you, and then you can bag with that one. There you go. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
The theater in Kijabe is where people go to have surgery. So they do all different kinds. They do surgeries on kids, neurosurgery on kids. They'll do all kinds of grown-up surgeries, like they deliver babies here. Any kind of problems people have. If they break an arm, break a leg, then they can put it back together, kind of like Humpty Dumpty.
Why did they have a painting of Jesus pulling Peter out of the water when he was walking on the water?
Well, it's basically an image. You know, a lot of people who come here don't speak English, right? So they wanted to put a picture that everybody can understand to show that Jesus is the one who saves you. So every patient, before they go into surgery, they'll pray with them. And the goal is for them to know that Jesus is the one who saves. So this is Oscar. Oscar, this is Jesse.
Yeah, hi Jesse.
Yeah.
All right. You wanna shake my hands? That's not my. So these two machines, like they work together. This one runs the initial preliminary the diagnosis, and then this completes the whole cycle. So if we get the bacterium, this one will enable us to get the specific bacteria and the type of medication that you will use.
Jesse, I'm Geoffrey.
Okay. Jeffrey, can you tell us about your work here at Kijabe Hospital?
We do several things. First of all, is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with the patients, both in the wards and also in the outpatient area. And with that, to share the love of Christ as well. And also to serve among the staff members, because everybody who works in Kijabe Hospital is assumed to be a Christian, and therefore we need to have programs for them also to be growing in their faith.
When you share the gospel, are people more open to it because they're hurting?
Oh yeah, you know, one of the things that happens when people are sick is that they become immobile, so to speak. And so when they see anybody who is bringing hope to them, they are always receptive to such hope. Last year we had 95 to 98 receiving Christ right in the hospital.
We visited some orthopedic patients. That means they're being treated for broken bones or other bone problems. When you're healing from a broken leg, part of your physical therapy is just getting up and walking. It's really hard at first. They have everything here at Kijabe Hospital. You can even come here for dental exams.
What's the best time to go to the dentist?
I don't know.
2:30.
Get it? Tooth hurty? They also have an optometrist, so you can get your vision checked and get glasses if you need them. I got to meet Dr. Patrick, who started by cleaning floors here at the hospital. Now he does surgeries on people's eyes. Can you believe that?
Are you telling me that you started here cleaning floors and now you're an eye surgeon?
Sure.
Wow.
But it needs determination.
Yeah.
And you must be focused. And above all, you must trust upon God.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of challenges, but when you trust upon God and you're focused, you will be able to be what you want to be and what God wants you to be. She's happy because the eye, when she came, she was not able to see, but after surgery, now she's able to see.
What kind of work do you think you'll be doing for God?
This is Carrie Kinsolving reporting good news.
And this is Jesse Petit for KidsTalkAboutGod.org.